F.S.A.R. My name is Emma, and today we're going to be talking about how to care for your budgie or parakeet. This is Marshmallow, and he is around 14 weeks, and he is a little albino budgie. So, number one, what you need to know about caring for your parakeet is cage. This is going to be where your bird is going to spend its time at night and while you're not able to have it out with you. I will get into that later, but basically a lot of people have smaller cages you see at pet stores. Chain pet stores most of the time sell smaller cages. In my personal opinion, I do not recommend that. Because when your bird is not going to be with you, they need a spacious cage to run around and jump and fly and just kind of hang out while you're not able to hang out with them. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a flight cage. When I got my first bird, which was a budgie, not him, but my budgie passed away a few months ago that I had for many years. And I went all out and got him a huge flight cage. But, yeah, you don't have to do that. I'm not saying you have to do that. But getting a bigger cage is something I mostly would recommend, okay? One trick I've learned, used cages are everything. If you go on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist, those are the best spots to get cheap, large cages. And a lot of times they're in very good condition. So I totally recommend that. That's just one of my hacks, I always say. So totally spring. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I'm back with a different bird. This is Peep, who's also super sweet. This is Marshmallow's sibling. My camera, my phone, yeah. The video stopped working, so that was great. Anyway, so yeah, try to go for used cages. You can clean them off, and a lot of times you can find ones in good condition. It's just a hack. I actually have gotten used cages before, but the one I had for my flight cage, I had for my personal bird, huge, nice cage, got for $80 on Amazon. That's like not usual. Normally it's over $100, so very happy about that. Yeah, so always try to spring for a little bit of a bigger cage. And when I'm saying a small cage, I'm talking about like ones that are like this big. That's not great measurements, but I don't know if you can see where I'm going. Anyway, so the next thing is handling. So when it comes to these birds, yeah, handling them a lot is important. So the step up game, you do this with a lot of different birds. You just press against their stomach like this, and you say step up. And the reason why you say step up is so they learn the command. It's not just like, so in the step up game, it's just keep going and keep reassuring them that's how that works. So generally speaking, they can be a little bit flighty, this species. But budgies are so sweet. And I'd like to point out that each bird individually, so like budgies have like a personality overall, but each bird is gonna be different. So like compared to Marshmallow's more chill, but I can give him like head scratches and all that, and he kind of can snuggle a little bit more. So they're always gonna be different. And compared to my first bird, Rowie, he was a little bit more energetic, and not as sweet as these guys. So yeah, each bird has their own personality, so handleability is going to be a little different with each one of them. But yeah, they're very easy to handle. When they bite, no blood, which like to do a lot of people is a big deal. No, it's just like a little nibble, and they nibble sometimes, or they use their beak to step up, or whatever. So, what are you doing? Come on. These guys are learning to fly, so this is great. Oh, guys. He landed on my chandelier. Dude. Wait, Also, this is perfectly safe in here. They know how to fly. I just want to be clear about that. Look at this. I've taught them to go up there safely. They know how to get up there. Let me just... Also, a little bit more flighty than my other one. You guys. I'm literally becoming a crazy bird lady. Okay, I'm just gonna walk around and say what I was saying. So, like, yeah, each one's gonna be different in itself, if that makes sense. But I've had overall great experience. And once they bond with you, that make that connection, then it's so great. But yeah, they're really sweet. Bites do not hurt. And a lot of times they don't tend to bite. But again, it depends on each personal bird. Like my first bird was a little bit more nippy, and I worked with him, and he became such a great companion. So yeah, step up game is really gonna teach them how to just get on your finger properly, so they're not flying around trying to catch themselves. So yeah, also some birds are more food motivated. So I don't know if you know what millet is. I'll grab some. And you can buy this at like any pet store. It doesn't have to be a bird store. This, and some aren't as much, but yeah, it's really great. So if you want to use like treats for training motivation, then that's awesome too. That works very well for a lot of birds. And when I said flighty earlier, when it comes to handling, is like they'll randomly fly, like you saw with Peep. They're very energetic. So if you are looking for like an energetic, fun bird, these are totally the bird for you, because they're gonna be wanting to hang out with you and wanting to run around and do cute little things. But if you're looking for a cuddly bird, I'm gonna be honest, not exactly the right companion in that way. Other parrots really can be. So, like, I've seen cockatiels love head scritches a lot of the time. Most cockatiels, green cheeks can be really sweet too, if you're looking for that, like, smaller bird, cuddly companion. Another thing about those two breeds is they are a little bit bigger, so they are not going to be as fragile. So if you have little kids and you're teaching them, like, trying to teach them how to step up, and like F.S.A.R is so about teaching kids how to care for animals and teaching them responsibility and all that. But if it doesn't work for you and you like need a little bit of a larger bird, check out those two breeds also. But yeah, handleability, very sweet, very energetic, fun birds. So price range is gonna be, if you see a $10 budgie, please don't. Don't do that. Don't get that. It means they have not, they probably aren't hand-fed and good with people. They're probably not up to date with, like, they've never taken them to a vet, so I've seen this situation before. Don't do that. And don't help those companies either, too. So, yeah, I don't know, $10, $15 birds, I am a little... If it's $15 birds at a rescue, that's a whole different situation. I'd like to explain why. Because they're going to be checked out by a vet through their rescue, and if it's like a bonded pair, then, you know. And most likely, those birds at a rescue probably been in a home before, and they can be sweet. I've seen situations like that before. But if it's just a ton of $15 budgies in a cage at like, I don't know, at a bird fair, at an expo, whatever, like, or at I wouldn't see this at a pet store, but like a smaller pet store, please be careful. But yeah, they can range from like $15 as a rescue to like, let's say $80, maybe more. Like mutations is a whole different thing, like their coloring and all that. And also the two I'm taking care of is there are like American, like Australian budgies, so smaller. English budgies can be sweeter, I would say, in my personal opinion and my situation, and they're a little bit larger. So look up the difference and you'll see. But yeah, so these guys are one of the cheapest birds, but you need to look into the store you're buying them from, or the place you're buying from, breeder, rescue, first. So please do that, because prices can be, if you just go for the cheap price, you might not be getting the right bird. When it comes to adoption and breeders, or like a breeder sending their birds to a pet store, you also I'm not pushing. I own a rescue, obviously, so I'm so like in love with the idea of adoption, right? But I'm not trying to push that on anyone. I've had rescue birds, I've had birds from breeders, so I understand. I would say the reason with these guys is there are so many at rescues, so check that out. And they're very sweet. It's not always like they gave them up. It's because they're like not handleable. It's a lot of times because people can't care for them anymore. Well, this should show you guys how I literally forget everything, because I forgot a very important category and had to edit the end of the last section. So the final and very important thing that people mix up and get confused by all the time. I cannot tell you how many times people have come to me and said, really? What? That doesn't... So, is food, diet, all those things. Budgies do not just eat seeds. They do not just eat seeds. You can't just get a package of like some random brand from PetSmart or Petco and then just be like, I got my small cage and my little bag of unhealthy bird seed and we're ready to go. No. Please, 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 please listen to what I'm trying to say. I'm getting very aggressive here, so stick with me. I would say, so you can find, there are good brands. I recommend talking to other people, different bird stores. I use what's called Vita seed. And I believe there are small pellets for parakeets. The only reason I stress pellets with bigger birds, and when I say bigger birds, I mean birds that are like even a little bit larger than them. But yeah, so I use Vita seed with these guys, but I also give them fresh vegetables, okay? So they need their spinach, they need their other chopped up food, their other chopped up vegetables. I just said spinach because I cannot express how much these birds love spinach. I don't know why. It's so funny. And it's so cute too, watching them. With parakeets, they're not like eclectuses where they need fruit. So I don't recommend giving them a lot of fruit. So like maybe as a treat sometimes, but definitely vegetables chopped up every day. Okay, so, and them taking little bites out of the apples, and the spinach is the cutest thing. And apples I do sometimes, but yeah, chopped up vegetables, please make sure you're doing that. Okay, so thank you so much for listening to me ramble on about how to take care of birds, because I'm very passionate about birds, and I've had much experience with parakeets, and I know because they're a common bird, a lot of people don't know what I'd consider the proper care for them. So thank you so much for sticking with me and listening, and you're welcome to go around the video and listen to things you need, and then just not hear the rest of my rambling. So Make sure you care for yourself and God's smaller creations. Love you.